Can we please have quiet on the set?
Are you ready for your close-up, Miss Beisner? Hey, all gravity, any day above ground, live it. So you already know what to do. Share, like, and subscribe. That's right, share, like, and subscribe, because I'm not like other YouTubers. I'm different. Some people are just gluttons for punishment. Some people just can't leave things well enough alone. Hey, Natalie Jean Beisner, hello. We have not been Christianly introduced. Kid Gravity. Now, you have met one of my associates, one of my friends, Torian Rain Reloaded. And if you don't remember, when you see this video, click the top right of the screen and maybe that'll jog your memory. Yeah, my brother went in on you because you decided to say that black folks in America that have blood in the soil, there's family blood in the soil, they don't deserve reparations. And he soundly destroyed that little thinking that you had in your head, but you got upset that you were called a failed actress. Fine. We won't even do it here. See, I'm different. I go down certain rabbit holes when people say things like what's on the screen. You said, I don't believe black people today are victims of slavery or Jim Crow. It would be nice, man, for you to touch grass. I'm not talking about your car. It looks like an SUV. It's pretty nice interior, by the way. You need to go outside and touch grass. You need to educate yourself one time. I'm going to do you a favor. Here's a great starting point. I'm going to need you to go to DC and go to the National African American Museum. I'm going to need you to do that and educate yourself, and make sure you go downstairs to the Emmett Till Memorial section, because that whole section is for him. I want you to go look at that. But I know you're not going to do it because you're not going to listen to a black person. So whatever, I'm going to still do the video. Maybe you'll listen to me. Now, you said you don't believe black people today are victims of slavery or Jim Crow. Let's begin with that. Now, you're allowed your opinion. No problem with that. But I want you to dial 911 one time. And when that dispatcher picks up, I want you to ask her to give you the number of the police. Yeah, talk to them one time. See, what you're talking to is a tool of the Jim Crow era, a tool of slavery, if you will, because if you did your history on the police, you will see that they were originally slave patrols. And what did these slave patrols do? That's right. They went and captured slaves that tried to run away. Now, the police job is to protect the public trust and businesses. That's all they do. They are not for the individual citizens, less what they like to tell you. But we know how they operate in black communities and among black people. Still remnants of the Jim Crow era. But okay, you're probably not going to believe that one. So let's go to another one. You see this picture I have on the screen, ma'am. Yeah. You know that brick and mortar thing where you go up, drive up to the ATM and get your money? Oh, yes. That's called a bank. BANK. That right there is another tool of Jim Crow. Oh, you didn't know that. Let's talk. You ever heard of redlining? Blockbusting? Have you ever heard of predatory loans? And don't give me the crap about it. They do that to everybody, because they don't. Okay? Because I would like to turn your attention to the, you know what? I'm not even going to do that. I was going to talk about the no interest loans that they give a certain group of people, but we're not even going to do that today, because I don't think you're ready for that level of thinking. But let's continue. Ma'am, we have story after story after story after story after story of these banks being predatory on black people, specifically in the vein of appraisals. Oh, yes. That's an old Jim Crow move. I bet you didn't know that. See, when black folks wanted to buy homes in the 50s after the war, yeah, they wouldn't let them buy. Oh, no, they told them, stay your asses in these projects that we created for these families during the war, or stay in your neighborhoods that we were not going to fund. Yeah. Hey, you are a Caucasian woman, yes, I'm sure that your family has watched Happy Days. There is a particular episode where a black family moved into the neighborhood. I want you to watch that episode. Please. It'll give you a crash course on Jim Crow. But all right, we're going to go to the next subject. Here's your friend, one you all white conservatives love quoting all day. Brother Malcolm and brother Martin Luther King. You see them both on the screen, but we're just going to focus on MLK. Because y'all love to quote the I have a dream speech and the color of the skin, content of character. Y'all love saying that to us. But funny thing, he had another speech where he said, we're coming to Washington to get our check, but y'all never want to talk about that. Yeah, that was a victim of Jim Crow. Now you're probably saying to yourself, Martin Luther King is gone. His family is still living with the after effects of his death. The entire world is still living with the after effects of his death, but no group of people more affected by that than us. Black people. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's tough out here. But again, your white skin covers up a multitude of sins and imperfections, so you don't see this. You have rose-colored eyes to the world. But okay, we're going to move on. Have you ever heard of this subject, ma'am? Have you ever heard of, I don't know, legacy of slavery? Have you ever heard of that? Yeah, guess what? Black American descendants of child slavery are still living with that today. It's interesting because, see, if you were ingenuous, I don't even think that's a word. If you were sincere, we'll say that. I think ingenuous is too big a word for you. If you were sincere, ma'am, it would behoove you to go talk to black people whose family has been here for generations. I'm not talking about 2 or 3. I'm talking down 15 generations. Ask them to show you their ancestors' slave papers. Ask them to show you the old census papers. Ask them to detail your family history. You'll learn something. Because all this you're doing right now, I get it. You're doing it for clicks. You're trying to sound important. You're trying to sound smart, but you sound ignorantly smart. What do I mean by that? You're just talking and you don't realize what you're saying makes no sense. You're trying to appeal to your people, and your people are just as ignorant as you. See, you have that blue check next to your name means nothing to us. Not a thing. We look at the content of your words, not the skin of your headline on social media. See, I just remixed MLK for you. But there was one other tweet you said that we got to talk about. Let me pull it up real fast. All right, here's your second tweet. 12:43 in the morning. All right, so before you went to bed, you brushed your teeth, washed your face, combed your hair, and thought about black people. That's a hell of a 4-way dance. But all right, you said, we all benefit from slavery, sadly, black Americans included. What if I told y'all about the American racists? They will say something and within 10 seconds own themselves. Ma'am, you just said black people living today were not victims of slavery or Jim Crow. So how do you go from saying that to saying that we all benefit from slavery? Last I checked, progress has to have victims, right? I don't know. Maybe y'all can educate me from like the high school on. I'm pretty sure that progress, any type of progress, has to have a victim somewhere. The generational wealth that white people have in this country, and I heard that tweet you said that white people don't have generational wealth, they're just as effective, which is bullshit, because every time them stats come out, y'all love to throw it in our faces. But back to progress. Y'all's generational wealth was built off black people. We know this. Even your historians of your Kardashian hue know this. But y'all refuse to accept it because you'd have to accept that your people have been atrocity committers. Y'all know that. But that's okay. You don't want to admit that. It's okay. Explain to us, down here in New Black Media, how did we benefit from slavery? How? You mean in slavery times when they dismantled families? What's happening today? They're actively dismantling the black family because they understand the power of the black family. They put, I'm sorry, Christians, but I gotta say it, they put a white person in those prayer circles and those Bible sessions on the plantation to stop not only rebellions, but to stop the leader from rising up and challenging the institution, correct? And back then the institution was a plantation. What are they doing today, ma'am? Yeah, they put churches all through the hood. There's churches everywhere. And just my opinion, I think that the church is a major negator of black progress. I'm just gonna put it out there. Y'all Christians get mad at me. That's how I feel. But we gonna continue. Where's the benefit that we can't even have legal guns in our neighborhood without people feeling uncomfortable? And when I mean people, I'm talking about y'all. We can't even have real free speech out here for fear of somebody getting triggered that's not melanin. It's funny that y'all keep saying all these ideas and tropes and think you're saying something impressive, but then when you get hit with facts, I'm pretty sure you're gonna block. Because you're gonna get tagged in this. I don't run from no smoke. And I've also told you can come over here and tell me this to my face, which I don't think you will. But we'll see how that goes. Hey, baby, come here for 1 second. I want to show you something. Now, this woman said that there's no black people living today that were victims of slavery and Jim Crow. Right. Then she said, we all benefit from slavery, sadly, black Americans included. That was from a white woman. Yes, my wife just laughed at you. Yeah. I think I'm about done with you. But again, the open invitation is out there. Yes, it is. Anytime. I have 10 days to myself. Anytime you want it, I will bring you up and you can tell my crowd. You can even bring your crowd and we can have a conversation. Because I'm also particularly interested in that tweet you said that the government's broke. That's why they're not going to pay reparations. I'm also very interested in that. I want you to explain that. But anyway, y'all, I'm not going to bore you with any more of her tweets. I think Torian did enough of a dissection on her reparations tweet. I've done these 2 tweets. I hope she doesn't say nothing else, but we know she's going to say something else because she likes the attention. So in honor of Natalie, we're going to do something different with the ending. I'm going to get up out of here. You already know what to do. Share, like, and subscribe. That's right. Share, like, and subscribe because I'm not like other YouTubers. I'm different. Take care. Stay safe. I'm out. And scene.